This is a listening and speaking exercise for people who want to improve their English. Turn on your closed captioning, listen, and practice speaking. Learn English Naturally, Part 2. Hello and welcome to Learn American English Online on YouTube. Today we're going to talk about how to become a better English speaker naturally, not perfectly, not academically, but fluently. Fluency means you can express your ideas without freezing, without translating every word in your head, and without feeling nervous every time you open your mouth. If that's your goal, then you're in the right place. So take a deep breath and relax. Let's begin. What does fluency actually mean? Let's be very clear about this. Fluency does not mean knowing every word. Fluency does not mean perfect grammar. Fluency does not mean that you have to sound exactly like a native speaker. Fluency means you can share your thoughts. You can tell simple stories. You can ask questions. You can participate in conversations. You can keep going, keep speaking, even when you make mistakes. As I speak to you here, I will make an occasional mistake, which I might edit out, but I might keep the mistakes to demonstrate my point that mistakes are normal. In fact, mistakes are necessary. If you wait until your English is perfect before you speak, you will wait forever. So today, we focus on communication first. My first piece of advice for you is to stop translating in your head. One of the biggest problems for English learners is mental translation. You hear English. You translate it into your language. Then you think of an answer in your language. Then you translate it back into English. That process is slow and tiring. Fluent speakers don't translate. They think in English, even if their English is simple. So here's a good habit for you to develop. Use easy English, but use it directly. For example, instead of trying to say something like, I was experiencing a significant amount of exhaustion today. That sounds ridiculous. Just say, I'm very tired today. Simple is better. Simple and clear can sound more powerful, more believable. Let's practice and repeat after me. I'm tired today. I'm happy right now. I'm learning English. I want to improve. Say these things out loud. I'm tired today. I'm happy right now. I'm learning English. I want to improve. That's good. That's real English. Simple English is good English. That's especially true in American English. People who speak American English prefer it to be simple. That's what I tell my students. Another thing you should try is to speak in chunks or phrases, not single words. Fluent speakers don't build sentences word by word. They use chunks or phrases. Phrases are small groups of words that go together naturally. For example, I think that. I want to. I don't know if. One thing I like is. The problem is. These clauses and phrases or chunks, however you want to refer to them, are things that you should say every day. I say these things every day. You should too. So let's practice. Repeat after me. I think that. And then you would complete that with your own idea. I think that. I want to. I don't know if. One thing I like is. The problem is. Say these things out loud. For example, I think that learning English is important. Try to do this every day. This is how fluency improves from chunks to sentences to ideas. Are you speaking every day? Daily speaking is more important than perfect study. Many learners study English for years, but rarely speak. I see this all the time with my own students who come to me in the classroom. Reading is good, and listening is good. Grammar is very helpful, but speaking is essential. You have to speak. You don't learn to swim by reading about swimming. You learn by getting into the water. So try this. Speak English every day. Even 5 minutes helps. Talk to yourself. Describe what you're doing as you do it. For example, I'm making coffee. I'm checking my email. I'm getting ready for work. This may sound strange, but that's okay. Athletes practice. Musicians practice. I practice and play my guitar every day. I've been doing that my entire life. Sometimes I stop practicing I should never do that if I want to be a good musician. You always have to practice. Language learners practice. You are training your brain. You are also training the muscles in your mouth. Which brings me to my next question. Are you speaking too quickly? If you are, slow down your speech. Many learners try to speak fast. They think speed equals fluency. It doesn't. Clarity equals fluency. Speak clearly and slowly. Slow speech gives you time to think. It also makes your English easier to understand. I always tell my students that an easy way to improve their spoken English is to speak slowly. So, when you speak, slow down. Do you notice? I'm slowing down. Pause. Stop. Breathe. Breathing is important when speaking. So let's practice. I want you to say this slowly. I am learning English and I am getting better every day. Say it now. That sounds pretty good. Try it again. Find sentences that you like or questions that you like and repeat them until they feel good in your brain and as you speak. Slow English can sound very confident. Fast English, on the other hand, can sound like a train wreck. My next piece of advice for you is to use simple stories or tell simple stories. Fluent speakers tell simple stories all the time, not big stories, just small daily stories. For example, yesterday I went to the store. I bought some food, then I came home and watched TV. That's it. Let's practice together. I want you to repeat after me. Yesterday, I... Now finish the sentence with your own idea. Yesterday, I... Okay, that sounds pretty good. Now, add another sentence. Okay? Good. This is how you train real speaking skills. Think about what you did today and tell a story about it. Your story doesn't need conflict or interesting characters. It just needs you. Next, I want you to accept imperfect English. This is very important. Native speakers don't care about your grammar. They care about understanding what you say. If you say, he go to work yesterday, is it perfect? No, that's clearly a mistake. But the people who listen to you still understand. Is it communication? Yes, certainly. You have to try to speak. Otherwise, you will never get the practice you need. Fluency comes from experimentation and making mistakes. Think about what children do. They make mistakes all the time, and accuracy comes later. So give yourself permission to sound imperfect and make mistakes. You are learning, and that is enough. However, the best place to practice your mistakes is in a classroom or with other people who know that you want to improve your English. It doesn't have to be a teacher. It could be a coworker or someone that you meet at a party. That way, the mistakes can be fixed or discussed. While making mistakes is part of the learning process, you don't want to keep making them over and over again. Here's an exercise for you to try. Listen and repeat. Listening and repeating are good ways to help you move your mouth and develop the muscles in your face, your mouth, and your tongue. This is very simple. I'll say a sentence. You repeat it immediately after me. Ready? I'm practicing my English right now. I want to speak more confidently. Every day, I try to improve. Making mistakes helps me learn. I believe in myself. With enough practice, I can become better at anything. Say these things out loud. Listening and repeating can help train your rhythm, pronunciation, and confidence. I recommend that you do this often. Next, try to think in meaning, not grammar. When you speak, don't think, is this present perfect? Instead, think, what do I want to say? Focus on meaning. Grammar will improve naturally over time. Fluent speakers focus on ideas. So ask yourself, what am I feeling? What happened? What do I want? Then just say it. You can build confidence through repetition. Confidence comes from repetition. Say common phrases many times. For example, how are you? I'm doing well. What do you think? That sounds good. Let me think. Repeat these things again and again, and they'll become automatic. Automatic English is fluent English. Finally, try to make a plan for achieving fluency. I'm talking about a simple daily plan. You don't need hours. You need consistency. But you must dedicate some time to this every day. So speak for at least 5 minutes. Longer is better, but if you only have 5 minutes, that will do for now. You can do it while you are walking, or you can do this while you are getting ready for work, or while you are traveling somewhere. Try to use simple sentences. Practice in chunks, or phrases, or clauses. Tell yourself small stories and accept your mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. In fact, that's a part of the process. And that's it. If you do this regularly, your English will improve. It won't happen overnight. Learning English is never fast and easy. You've heard me say this many times in my videos. On many websites and videos on YouTube, you hear someone claim that you can learn English and that it will be easy. But that's really not true, is it? But you must be consistent. And one day, you'll realize something. You're thinking in English. You're responding naturally. You're communicating. That is fluency. I want to thank you for being here with me today. This is kind of a new direction for my videos in which I ask my students to focus more on listening and speaking skills, but keep going to the videos to practice your grammar also, because the videos will help you as long as you are really interested in improving your English. And remember, you don't need perfect English. Just be brave and keep going. Keep going. You've got the rest of your life to do this. This has been your teacher, Paul, on Learn American English online on YouTube. And be sure to go to my website, EnglishForThePlanet.com.